We're going to start the podcast with a polka instead of ending with a polka this week. We're going to start with the polka. Gets everybody in the mood. Everybody loves a polka on a December day, right? Right. Hey everybody, Jim Halberts here, and welcome back to the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks podcast. I'm your host, along with my trusty host, co-host, and podcast producer, Mr. Stu Smith. Welcome, Stu.
Hello, Jim.
And today we're feeling fine with episode 99. This is our 99th episode, which is pretty freaking cool.
Yes, I would say.
And it shows that we, if nothing else, are stubborn. So
we're making it happen, even when I'm sitting in a parking lot.
That's right.
Waiting on my wife.
That's right. So what are we talking about today, Stu?
All right. Well, it kind of segues into the previous live show we just did. So those that are listening will be able to flow right into this one.
Excuse me.
How to make content that hooks and sells.
Oh, well, that's easy, Stu. We're going to be done with this in a good 29 minutes.
Oh,
So how do you make content that does what?
Hooks and sells.
Okay. So those are actually two different things.
Yes.
And so the first thing you got to do with your content, even if it's the best content in the world, if nobody sees it, reads it, or listens to it, it doesn't do you any good. So you've got to have a really, really, really good hook. Now, what is a hook? A hook, typically when we're talking about content, is the headline or the title of your content piece. It's literally the title of your blog post. It's the first words that come out of your mouth when you do a video. It is the title of your article. It is what you put as the first the title of your video. It's the very first thing that somebody sees or reads to let them know if this is something that they're interested in or this is something that pertains to them, and if it's something that they need to pay attention to right now. Now, it's funny, I don't remember which book it was, but Seth Godin, I have a complicated relationship with Seth Godin, the author, because some of his stuff is amazing and other of it's like, hey, Seth Godin, Captain Obvious. But he's a smart dude and he's a great self-promoter. I think the book was Purple Cow. It was the Purple Cow book. And he talks about, and this was actually pretty eye-opening, said people are like cows. And so they got their heads down and then something happens. And they pull their head up and they ask a series of questions, consciously or subconsciously, but they ask them really, really fast. So the first question is does this pertain to me? And if the answer is no, they put their head back down. If the answer is yes, then the next question is, can it kill me? Is it important? Can it kill me or cause me harm? Or is it something that has to do with something super, super critical in my life? If the answer is no, boom, head back down, chewing on the grass. If the answer is yes, then they'll pay attention. That's literally what the criteria is. Does it apply to me? And is it something I need to pay attention to right now because it's going to kill me, it's going to make me rich, it's going to help me to be successful with the opposite sex, whatever it is. It's that basic lizard brain stuff. So what you got to do is you got to hook people in a way that's not catchy that's not cute or funny or gimmicky, but in a way that's going to make them go, holy crap, I got to pay attention to this. I need to go to the next step. Now, that's the whole purpose of the hook for any content. That's it. That's its job. Once it's done its job, which is to stop people in their tracks, pre-frame them for what's coming next. That's it. That's the whole job. All right. You're done with that. It's not to sell people. It's not to really even start. And when we're talking about content, it's not to start educating them. It's not to do anything other than to hook them and pre-frame them for what's coming next. So good example. Stu, you recently did a post where the hook was something about an African proverb and becoming a Navy SEAL or something. Do you remember what that hook was?
Yeah, it was how an African proverb will help you pass selection and never think about quitting,
Okay.
or something like
So,
that. But a better one was Gary Halberts' headline wizard that I used, and it was, "Have you ever seen a spec ops candidate cry?"
okay, there you go.
That was a good one.
That one
That
came
that
from
that one
the
stopped me in
Gary
my
Halbert
tracks.
Wizard.
I was
Yeah.
like, "Woo."
Yeah, that was a good one. Now, why? Because it's emotional, it's very targeted. Obviously, you're only going to share and show that that hook to people who are in your target audience. But it's an emotionally driven hook. I mean, it's just going to grab people's attention. So, how do you create an emotionally driven hook? Well, the same way, one of the big keys is to include the name of the person that you're talking to. Now, not necessarily their physical name, though I've seen people do that with articles and content and stuff, with mail merge and other things that you can do with dynamic web pages, but their name based on who they are. So in this case, a spec ops candidate. It's a very, very specific group of people that are trying to become, a Air Force parajumper, a Navy SEAL, a Green Beret, what MARSOC, not really MARSOC though. Those guys have already been in the Marines for 3 or 4 years already.
Yeah,
So,
but they're still candidates.
do you ever get those guys?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't know that you would get those guys too. Okay, cool. So, but it's a very specific group of people that when they're a candidate, that's their whole life. Their whole life is tied up in getting a shot at becoming an elite warrior. So to see that title, "Have you ever seen a spec ops candidate cry?" is going to get all of their attention. I never really heard from you. What were the results of that article?
Oh, that was an insane one. Especially on social media, because it got shared a couple hundred times. Probably had close to 1,000 clicks in a 24-hour period, just on my Instagram, right?
Just on Instagram.
Just on Instagram, and then my article, and it's still popular. In fact, if you Google "spec ops candidate cry," you'll see it. It's a good one. It's a good article, and I just try to discuss some of the reasons why that happens, and underprepared, and
I just found it.
yeah.
So I just found the article. So yeah, okay, very cool. And I'm assuming you made sales from that too.
Yes.
Okay. So that was the second part of your question. So the first part of your question was, how do you put a hook? How do you hook people with your content? And that's how you do it. It's emotional. It calls out to them. It also oftentimes will contain something that they want or something that they want to avoid. So how to blank without blank. How to get an X-ray contract without, I don't know, what would be the rest of that? How to get an X-ray contract without what?
Without failing anything.
Okay.
Failing.
Well, how to get a spec ops how to get an X-ray contract on the first try.
Yeah, there you go.
How to cut to the front of the line to grab an X-ray contract. How to cut to the front of the line to grab a spot at Buds. What do you think? You think that would be a good one?
Yeah, I like that one. I've been playing around with one now. You know how you talk about the emotions? Obviously crying is an emotion. Now I'm thinking about one, how to laugh in the face of failure, or how to laugh in the face of pain, and whatever. I'm trying to
laugh
figure
in the
out.
face of the quit monster.
Yeah, quit demon.
Or the quit demon, something like that. But the thing is, you call out to them, you call out to what they want, you call out to what they're afraid of, you call out to what they want to avoid, you call out to a problem they know that they have and they really want to solve. They call you call out to the things that they're concerned about, which are usually problems, questions, roadblocks, and results that they want. PQR2, which, by the way, is taught at length inside of Copywriting Secrets. You can get a copy of Copywriting Secrets for free at copywritingsecrets.com. The real physical book, not some lame ass PDF, but you can actually get a real copy of the book. Just pay a small shipping and handling. The reason I just don't give it to you for free is because I know if you pay $8.95 shipping and handling, you're serious about learning something that can change your life. How'd you like that for some canned talk that sounded right off the cuff, didn't it, Stu?
That was good.
So the next thing is the actual content, because before you can sell in your content, you got to actually provide great content. And what makes great content is something that helps somebody learn something. It gives them, it basically, it entertains, it empowers, and it educates all at the same time. It doesn't have to be 10,000 words. You can educate, empower, and entertain with a meme. You can do it with a 2-minute video. The key, though, is that you give them an excellent, awesome piece of content. You give them a great bite that makes them want more. I like to think about it. Do you like burritos, Stu? Do you do you like taquitos? Those. Okay, you don't like taquitos? Okay, so you ever been to Sam's Club?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever been walking through the massive food aisle and there's some little lady there in a hairnet who's giving away little pieces of burrito, and you're kind of hungry, and you take a little bite of that burrito and you're like, dang, that's pretty good. And she looks at you and says, hey, big, strong man, we have 84 frozen burrito value packs available right here in this freezer for $12.95, and you can get 84 of them right here. And you say, wow, that was great. You had the little bite and now you want more. So you pick it up and you're like, man, it's $12. We already got $5,000 worth of crap in the 2 carts that we're pushing piled up to here. I'll get that too. And then 6 months later, that pack of burritos, you have to throw it away because you ate one and the rest of them are freezer burned. And it's this giant thing that your wife's yelling at you that you're taking up space in the freezer. So that's what you need to do, not tongue in cheek. But what you do with the content is you give them a great, big, juicy bite. Then the way you sell is to look at them and say, by the way, if you liked this, you'll love this. If you liked this tip I gave you on how to create amazing headlines, you will love my book, Copywriting Secrets. By the way, you can get a free copy of it at copywritingsecrets.com. Just pay a small shipping and handling. It gives you the benefit of 20 years of my experience selling tens of millions of dollars of products online and offline. In fact, it's been called a modern day classic. Click here to get your free copy. So it's like, holy crap, the dude gave me a cool tip. And now he's got something that makes perfect sense for me to get. Sure, I'll click and check that out. I just summarized for you the last 20 odd years of my marketing with articles and videos and everything else. That's all you got to do. You got to hook them, give them a great snack, give them a great bite, and then offer the next logical thing. Invite them to the next step. And some people will take it and some people won't. But that's how you can pitch people every single day.
Absolutely.
Nobody is going to get pissed off. Nobody's going to get upset. Nobody's going to get mad. They're going to thank you for it. And it's that little ping. Hey, don't forget I got this book. Hey, don't forget I got these videos. Hey, don't forget I got this webinar coming up. Hey, don't forget. And they're like, okay, yeah, cool. Hey, thanks for the reminder. And then eventually they go, hey, you know what? I'm ready to join the Jim Edwards Method Premium. I'm ready to get funnel scripts. I'm ready to join Stu's PT club. It just makes sense. It clicks. And you don't know what's going to make it click for everybody. But if you use that pattern, hook them, help them. Oh, whoa.
Oh, I like it. I see what you're doing.
Hook them, help them. What would be an H that we could use for the last part? Hook them, help them, and hand them the next step. Hook them, help them, hand out. Oh, hand up. Hook them, help them, hand out, hand up. It's not quite there, but it's good.
You're almost there.
I'm almost there. Hook them, help them. And what's the last part, guys? Help me out. Those of you that are here live, what would be the last, what would be the thing? Because what I'm trying to say is just what Stu said, you know, hook them, give them content,
sell them,
and sell them. How could we, you know, hook them, help them, and ooh, this is cool. Handle them. Okay, that's Bob just said this. That's how you got me, Jim. I bought your book and recently joined the Jim Edwards Method Premium. Dude, thank you, Bob. We're glad you're here.
Hey, here's another tip for you.
Yeah.
If you're looking for content that does this, I suggest the Hidden Persuasion Wizard. One of my favorites.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
One of my favorites to do everything that you're saying. And then you throw in a Gary Halbert headline, bam, you're tearing it up.
Yeah, that's actually really good. That could be like a landing page in an hour type thing to move people on to the next thing, is using the, using the Gary Halbert headlines. I mean, that's like some strong, almost, that's some crazy psychology going on there.
I love it.
Halbert headlines combined with the Hidden Persuasion Wizard and some of the other stuff. Be good. I got to get that. I'm going to be obsessed with this third H thing though. The hook 'em, help. Cause that's like that's a really cool take on an old idea. It's but for the content, it's hook 'em, help 'em.
And basically you're trying to come up with a synonym for sell, right?
Well, no. I'm not trying to come up with a synonym. I like cinnamon too. I'm not trying to come up with that, but I'm trying to come up with an idea for, it's not really selling them. It's moving them on to the next step. You're not selling at this point. You're moving, you're giving a call to action. You're moving them to the next step in the process. It's not sales. These are cool. So Beth said handle, Bob said harass. Other people do, Bob. Bill says coach him. Steve said close him. Carl says stealth him. Bob says hold him. Herd him. Oh,
herd. I like it. Herd him. Yes.
Help him. Herd him. Oh my God, that's good. Hook him, help him, herd him. Herd him on to the next step. That's cool. Do you need to go, dude?
In about a minute.
Is she out?
She's out. Okay. She's coming this way.
So we're going to wrap this up, guys. Stu's got to go because he's got to pick his wife up, and I don't want to hear her yelling at him. So we appreciate you all. If you need some help with your fitness, head on over to StuSmithFitness.com. If you want to join our group, head on over to the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks group on Facebook and pick up a copy of my book at copywritingsecrets.com. I'm Jim Edwards, and we will see you next time for episode 100.
Yes, 100. I will see you later.
Bye-bye, everybody.